Our truck that's barely been wrapped for 24 hours, something smashes into me and I go spinning, and luckily didn't roll it.
We spent the past 3 months building the world's only Porsche truck. And one day after we finished it, somebody sideswiped me at 75 miles an hour on the highway. We leave for SEMA in a couple days. I don't know if this thing is savable.
In this video, we're gonna show you all the things that had to get done before we could put this cool wrap on it. We test fit a camper, we finished the interior, and we'll show you footage of the actual crash that happened one day after we finally got it finished.
This is the German El Camino or some shit.
We partnered with WePrintWraps.com to design the wildest wrap possible for the Porsche truck. It's in this box. Let's get it open. I can't wait to show you guys what's inside. WePrint Wraps made it super easy to get a custom designed livery for the Porsche truck. We just sent them a bunch of designs we were inspired by, and a few days later, they sent us back this, and it's so wild. Let's get this thing opened. Unboxing. Let's get this unraveled and reveal the craziness. Okay, if this isn't Rad Factory, I don't know what it is. By the end of this video, this wrap is gonna be on the truck, so don't go anywhere. We got some work to do before that though.
It's finally time to mess around with this interior, which means we can say goodbye to this trashed seat and we can start pimping this ride.
We aren't using any pieces from Temu, you guys will be happy to know. Just Amazon.
We have 2 weeks to finish this whole thing, install a camper, install a lift.
Plan for today is headliner. Fortunately, we can't do anything too crazy with it. It's just stock one going right back in.
Honestly, that'll look the best. It's gonna feel just normal, which is cool, because it's not. To that back wall is 7 1/4. We're at 7 1/4 on both of those, which feels good. We're gonna double check our measurements inside. As long as that looks good, we'll make our official line. And then I think we just have to be brave.
Mika, quiet on the set.
I keep telling myself, this next part, that'll be the easy part. None of this is the easy part.
Yep, this is a big one. There's only one shot at it.
Gulp. I wish that after all this time, I felt super confident that everything I made was gonna work right, but it doesn't. Alright, now we just have to figure out how to take these plastic pieces off without ruining everything we just did. Hey! We're pretty close. We might still have to take a little bit more off. It looks like our corners have to come back like a 1/4 inch. This guy's probably in the way as well. Oh, that feels better already.
This is definitely how a real upholstery shop does it. As usual, 5th time's the charm.
Yeah, that's it. We got ourselves a little pinchy. There we go. And then the rest of the headliner gets held up with the doodads. Mirrors. That's what they're called. Doodads is the German term, which is why I was using it. Sorry if that was confusing to the viewers. This is very exciting. We're just doing some last minute measuring. I'm having a small panic attack, but fortunately I'm in a nice closed dark box. Feel very safe.
We're back at Tune Outdoor doing one final fitting of the M1 camper. We made a lot of changes since last time. Let's see if it worked.
Just like always on this channel, it's a little bit of good news, bad news. Good news, this thing looks incredible, and our slider literally matches up frame for frame with the camper, which is sick. The less good news is I misread the drawings that they sent me. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more metal work. But we shouldn't have to mess with any of our aluminum panels. Everything's gonna be just fine, just dandy. We just have to make sure that I do it right this time.
Essentially, the camper is wider than we anticipated, and so we have to add a little bit more bracing under there to get it to hook onto. Check out how sweet this thing's gonna look. How cool is it gonna be when we're able to camp in our Cayenne for real? I cannot wait.
All right, so we're gonna do what we came here to do, which is mark our mounting locations so we can take it back to the Rad Factory and put some actual steel there for this thing to bolt to. Oh, right on the nuggets. Oh.
These brackets are what attach the camper to the truck. We'll just bolt it right through there. once we have some metal down there.
We're at 19, maybe 18 and 7/8 to the center of our wheel.
We are getting a lift, and they are actually sending us an offset, so the back will be a little bit higher, but with the camper, it should level it out perfectly.
How much squat do you think there is? When they take this off, what do you think that 19 number will be?
I'll go 20.
I'd like it to be 19 and a half, because that's the offset that we have. I don't think it's gonna be 19 and a half.
Forklift operator.
That might have been a half inch.
I don't think it's as much squat as I guessed. I think we're gonna be fine.
Dylan, it's 19 and a half. That's great news.
Happy to be wrong. That's actually not that much, to be honest.
That's why the tunes are so nice, is they're super light. That thing's only 450 pounds. And this car could theoretically put 3 adults in the back seat. That's pretty close to 450 pounds.
We got a little bit more work to do, but next time we're back here, we are installing the camper for real, and it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
This isn't just a work truck. We're literally gonna sleep in this thing. We're taking this all over the country, and we need to make sure we don't get lost. And thanks to today's sponsor, Onyx Off-Road, we're always gonna know where we're going, what the trail's gonna look like, and we'll be able to send our location to our friends if they want to join us.
Onyx has trail ratings, reviews, and photos, so you always know what you're getting in for. Something like this is designed for very moderate off-roading, but we've got that off-road Miata that can crank it up to like those, maybe the 7s and the 8s. I don't know. If you guys want to see that, make sure and leave a comment.
And one of the best features of our elite membership, it'll tell you the weather no matter where you're looking. Because it's fall and temperatures are dropping, you never want to get to your campsite and find out you didn't prep enough for the weather. It saved my butt a bunch of times. I use the heck out of that feature.
If you want to try an elite membership for yourself, there's a 7-day free trial, and if you love it as much as we do, use code RADFACTORY at checkout for 20% off.
Right here, where all this sanding has happened, and you can see James's reflection, all the orange peely, James is here to make that go away.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, buddy, for sure, for sure. So we're just gonna take and stage down different sandpapers, and then we're gonna try to finish it up with the tools, see if we can get these streaks out of here so the wrap looks really nice.
A lot of you guys have been talking about how trash my mustache is, and that's why we brought a real man onto the channel. James is a firefighter with the Denver Fire Department, one of my best buds, and he does incredible paint corrections on cars that deserve it way more than this Porsche. So if you're in the Denver area and you need a paint correction, James is the absolute man, and you'd be lucky if you got anywhere near your car. We're grateful that he's helping us out with this bad boy. James, you've done miraculous things. We forgot to take it before, but this whole panel had a drip the entire way, like full drips all the way across. And now that is the nicest paint of any car that's here. Like, you can see just the section that you've sanded. He hasn't even started on the orange peel that. This is Dylan and I's work. This is James's work. I mean, that is sick, dude. So while James is up front polishing this turd, I'm gonna go ahead and fix my mistake. Gene sent us some very detailed drawings and I misread them. And so now I have to fix the car. This rail was designed to support the entire camper. And unfortunately our camper actually sits like mostly off of it. Look, I didn't graduate college and that's what I'm gonna blame this on. It's not my rush to get this done. It couldn't be my fault. I refuse to take any ownership, but what I have done is come up with a nice solution. So this piece will be fully supported here in the corner and it'll be real strong. And then we're gonna run it over to here, just like so.
Mika, quiet on the set!
We're gonna run it over to here and that will get bombed in and that'll be super duper strong. We've got this bad boy and that'll sit right there, essentially turning this into like a 4-inch by 2-inch angle. I made these little guys. Our camper has to have something to actually bolt onto. Unlike a normal camper, this thing can't just like clamp around a bed rail. So our camper will literally just bolt directly to the truck bed. This whole structure is infinitely stronger than it was. It'll now fully support the camper. We're just never gonna talk about the fact that I misread those drawings. You know, sometimes reading's hard. All right, watch your eyes.
That's a mirror. I knew it could be salvaged,
it's-
and it is solid. Yep. James got his one mirrored spot.
I got my spot.
In the probably one of the hardest spots you could do it. To prove that he knows that he can do it with the wrap, there's no point in doing the whole car. It's basically
It's all getting covered up.
Yeah, it's all gonna get
It's all
covered
gonna
up.
get covered up.
Just like our feelings, we're gonna cover all these up. We're gonna squash them, hide them. We're just gonna ignore all these issues and cover them.
We're here at the garage down at Parker. They are Porsche experts, so we got to get some opinions on the Porsche truck.
Yeah, these guys work on super nice Porsches all the time. I think it's high time that they work on a super okay Porsche.
These are the guys that actually helped me get into this car originally. It was one of their clients that needed to get rid of it and sold it to me.
Holy shit. This is badass, dude. This is the German El Camino or some shit.
Yeah, dude. This is El Camino.
Holy shit. So far you got a code in almost every module. You got 31 codes so far and you're not even done scanning. Dude, what'd you guys do with the wiring harness and everything?
This is all stuff that lived like where the spoiler was.
player, dude.
We need to hook it in because see, otherwise it
Oh
does
my
not
God.
error.
Say anything like that?
Yeah, this is definitely a head turner. All right, final answer, 63 codes.
Oh my god.
Airbags, most of course, seat belts,
Unplugged. Rear doors.
rear doors.
Yeah, buddy.
There's no door.
Oh my God.
This is factory.
Everything.
Like, I will never see this ever again, man. Well, I think it's freaking cool.
How many codes do you think it had?
114.
Have some faith.
60. Yeah, that's light. It's light work.
Lightweight, baby.
All for the rear doors.
So it's, yeah. about 8 of them are literally like, we have no rear doors.
There's no rear doors on the car.
Huge shout out to the garage for doing a quick scan of all 60 codes and got some of them cleared up. Have a couple parts to buy, but also there's a problem that only the Porsche dealer can solve, so we're gonna have to take it to the dealer. We know you guys are gonna wanna see what the Porsche dealer says. All right, the Porsche dealer says, so make sure and stay tuned. We're taking the Porsche truck to the Porsche dealer. That's the difference.
Oh, I can live with that distinction. Yeah, that's gonna be great. You guys want to see it. I want to see it. Do you think they'll just refuse a service? We got to get the interior finished, so let's get to it. We do have a decent little interior. Everything is mocked up, it's screwed in, and that means I can go ahead and cover this stuff with felt. We have our first look at our interior panel. I'm actually pretty happy with that. It actually looks really sick. We threw some kill mat on the aluminum panels and it is making a huge difference. Ideally, we can make this thing pretty roadworthy and pretty quiet. So the side that has kill mat, pretty solid sounding. And the side that doesn't have kill mat, it's just louder, it vibrates a bunch, it just makes more noise.
All right, time to start working on the front bumper. So if we can bend a bar just like we did in the back that matches up with the plastic bumper line, just a nice round piece of tubing right here that matches this plastic, and then we can mount some sick rally lights right here. First we gotta move the plastic bumper cover, then we gotta remove the metal bumper, and then we'll build something to replace everything.
How many days do we have left, Dylan?
We take the truck to the wrap installer in 2 days. So we have 2 days to build this bumper. I think we can do it. So we are very limited on time, which limits our options. We can't make this thing perfect and beautiful, so we have a plan.
We're just gonna weld it to the existing bumper. Is it the best way of doing this? No. Is it the fastest way of doing that? Yes. And right now, time is money.
Maybe a little safer too, to not take out the crash bumper.
What we've done at the back end is infinitely less safe. Safety left this equation a long time ago.
Mika, quiet on the set.
I think our move is let's clean all the paint off of this and make it weldable, and then we put the plastic back on.
We have to get this plastic off of there so the tube can fit flush up into it.
something about like that. Now it's back to trying not to ruin tubing bends.
We break the tube bender out like 2 times a year, so it always takes a little bit to remember exactly how the offsets work, but I think we're good.
We're about to find out. About decent. Now I just have to do that like 15 more times.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's not bad. I like where everything's kind of sitting. It's in a relatively good place. Now we just have to start making our more aggressive bends as we get to the end of the bumper. Now it's time for the ones that are a lot easier to mess up, for sure. So let's all just pray for me right now. I think I did the math right, but I think you can chalk that up more to just a blind sense of self-confidence than actually knowing what I'm doing. Let's see if we can avoid ruining this. That's really what I'm trying to say. Why is this so hard?
All right, the big first test. We got everything bent and cut. Will it work?
It's not bad.
Hey, dude, it's freaking sick. Nice work. Oh, heck yeah. Build some little brackets come off of here and then have a bunch of rally lights. It will be worth the effort.
Sure, that's what they all said. Let's cut a car in half. It'll be worth it. It is coming out pretty good, though. Well, it's no longer summer. It's officially cold and rainy, and one more day would have been really helpful. But we at least got this bent, and now we can get it tacked on inside the garage where it's still dry. It's not perfect, but it wasn't machine made.
It looks great to me. We'll take it.
I spend all the time in the world making sure and fussing over all the fabrication, and it's all got to look right. And Dylan is like, fine. And then Dylan spends all the time in the world editing and making things look perfect. And the rest of the world is like, it's fine. And he's like, no, it's got to be perfect. It's very funny to me how wildly different we are in that facet.
That's why it's a good team. You guys comment all the time that why don't both of you do the same work? Well, because that's not how business works.
It's not much, but at least that's not going anywhere while we try and figure out the rest of this bumper. For our lower mount, we'll have a piece of tubing that comes off of there. We'll cap this end and have a piece of tubing that goes that way, and it should be a bumper. Oh, drill press, daddy. Ooh. We haven't had a drill press in a while. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real good.
I almost feel like we shouldn't have been watching that. We should leave those two alone.
I don't mind an audience. It's a natural thing. When a man loves a tool,
Just drill it right in there.
yeah. Why is it that all of the most inconsequential welds I do are like really nice and
That is
pretty?
really nice.
Like just buttery smooth and dialed, and then I'll be like, all right, you get one shot to do this nice thing, and then it sucks and it's poopy and it's just covered in bird goop. It's like, in theory, something like that, and then yeah, do something similar on the side like that. I think that that's gonna look better anyways, to have it kind of angled than straight like our aluminum. A nice notched tube is just one of the simple pleasures in life. Oh, you f***ed Gavin. Yeah, the whole piece is just like a little bit short. Too far off. My plan was correct. The piece I was trying to use never would have worked. It was just 1.5 inches too short. Like there was no way it would ever work. Now we're talking. It's pretty dang close to what I had in mind. I think if we can replicate this on the other side, that'll look pretty cool. In my socks.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then we'll just do aluminum skid plate from there to there. I know it's been a headache and you didn't want to do it. I think we'll be happy that we did once it's all said and done.
Much better. See, sometimes you just need to cut more stuff. It's all right.
Dude, I love it. I think it adds so much to it. We approve of the steel bumper, so Gavin's gonna go ahead and full weld that, and then I'm going to pop off the bumper cover and do some repairs, getting ready for wrap. Got it bombed in. Now we just gotta paint it.
And we don't have any more plastic or anything like that, so we're doing what real professionals do, and we're using cardboard.
All right, we're simultaneously tearing the car apart and putting it together. Everything has to come off the outside for the wrap, but Gavin is throwing on all the interior and it's looking freaking awesome.
That's pretty sick, dude. Once we get some black screws, that'll do phenomenal.
Got the truck as clean as it's gonna get. Let's head over to 99 Wraps and get this thing wrapped.
That is
the start of the Cayenne, yep.
Okay.
This is absolutely the craziest wrap I have ever seen in my life, and it is going on my daily driver. So every piece we add to it, it makes it look crazier and crazier. The print quality is awesome, the colors are awesome. This is by far the wildest wrap I have ever seen. Cannot wait to see it done, but even seeing it like this, it's like, what did we do? Genuinely cool. I don't know how I expected you to do that and how that would work, but that was way cooler than I thought. First panel of the wrap is done and it is looking wilder than I could have ever imagined. I'm gonna get out of here, let Cody do his thing, and we'll check in a couple of days and see how it's looking. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
While Cody wraps the Cayenne, we're gonna be busy working on the Baja Miata. That one's going to SEMA as well, and getting a sick wrap from We Print Wraps. The transformation on this thing is gonna be insane, but that'll be a separate video, so make sure and subscribe so you don't miss it.
We want to give a huge shout out. We just released our membership option on YouTube, and we already have some, so thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, huge thank you to B Trizzle, Frisky Dingo, Dusk Wind, Pajama 4-Wheel Drive, and New Facts for being the very first channel members. We had a live and it went awesome. If you guys want to join in on that, we have a ton of cool features. Just hit that join button right below this video.
We can't wait to hang out with more of you guys. We have a lot more live streams planned, and we'll see you on the next one. I haven't seen anything. Like, I didn't open the box with the wrap in it, like literally nothing. So this is like, I've gone from nothing to I'm gonna see the whole thing. Like, I'm so stoked.
Truck wrap reveal coming right now.
Oh my God, dude. What? Oh my God. It's so sick. Are you kidding me, dude?
The wildest possible thing we could have done to a Porsche truck.
This looks unbelievable. I'm through the moon. Before, it just kind of looked like a weird ridge line, and now you're like, this is something special.
We couldn't have done a wilder thing if we tried. Like, literally, it's a Monster Energy monster attacked a purple cheetah and then got struck by lightning in the 80s. That is what we've done here.
Absolute lunacy.
Now everyone in the world is gonna know about the Rad Factory when we drive down the street.
As long as looking at it, they are able to read it and they don't go into like a seizure from epilepsy, they'll totally know this is the Rad Factory.
Looks like we got one panel left. We gotta finish up the hood, then we get to start on the Miata.
Oh, the A-pillar is my favorite. Like, I don't know why, but that is just so dope. Living inside of one of those Bang energy cans. Like, that's what this feels like.
Shout out to WePrintWraps.com for making this happen. We literally couldn't have done it without them. They knocked it out of the park. Like, this is the wildest Porsche truck of all time.
It looks unreal. I've not stopped giggling like a kid since I got it.
All right, I can't wait to get it out in the sun and really see what it's gonna look like. Gotta give a huge shout out to WePrintWraps.com for the insane design. And of course, Cody at 99 Wraps for nailing the install. This thing looks incredible. Absolutely couldn't be more stoked on it. If you're in Colorado and need to change the look of your car, make sure and hit up Cody, 99wraps.com. You can do normal stuff too. You definitely don't need to go this crazy. My wife Layla has not seen the new car that's going to be parked in front of her house from now on.
So we're gonna reveal it to her right now.
Forgot about that when we went this hard.
She's pretty supportive, but this might be a little over the top.
It really hit me like, oh, Dylan has to drive this every day.
Wow! That's just pretty cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Are you excited to have this parked in front of our house from now on?
I don't know about that one.
Well, the good news is we got you a matching wrap for your car.
I would not want that. So I have to like ride in this? Is this gonna be our date night car?
Layla does not want to be seen in the car? Is that what I'm hearing?
I feel like this is a business only car.
Wait, but she just said we need a date night car, so she just gave me permission to buy a new car? What? This is the best day ever. Driving over in the haunted house, and then all of a sudden something smashes into me in our truck that's barely been wrapped for 24 hours. Something smashes into me and I go spinning, and luckily didn't roll it, kind of counter steered out of it, did 2 full spins and survived. All right, it's the next day, back at the scene. It's really loud here, so I'm not gonna go into full detail. We'll get it back to the shop and reevaluate. At least my jack-o'-lantern is okay.
This is kind of the first time I'm hearing the full story. I wasn't there when this happened. Dylan, how did this crash happen, dude?
For those of you that have watched the whole series, you know that this is my actual daily driver. Like, some of you might say, why are you taking your SEMA car to a haunted house in the middle of the night? Because it's my only car. The shipbox Miata doesn't have lights, so we can't take that one. So I had to be driving this one. 11 o'clock at night, less than 36 hours after the wrap was finished, just cruising in my lane, 75 miles an hour. All of a sudden, I hear a bang and I'm going sideways. Just full 360. And my first thought is, please don't roll it. Please do not roll. And then my second thought, I see the 2 other cars spinning out, lots of tire smoke. One of them smashes into the concrete barrier. It's like a 4-foot concrete median. He smashes into that. I'm like, oh no, don't hit that. So I did 2 full spins, but at starting the second one, my brain kind of instincts kicked in of drifting, and I was able to like re-correct, just like come out of the drift, then face the right direction, and I immediately felt I had the flat tire, but was able to pull off to the side. I don't even know if I took a second to like evaluate. My first thought was anger. I thought there were street racers like screwing around and going too fast and smashed into me. The guy that hit me was in a white Elantra, I believe. He was smashed into the barriers, like car totaled, all the airbags. He's like a 20-year-old kid. He gets out of his car. He's just like, oh man, I'm so sorry. My tire blew and just completely lost control. All I know, it was way scarier than the haunted house we were coming from.
You guys, this is straight up the craziest part of all this. You did 2 full spins at 75 miles an hour, hardcore contact at very high speeds. What's our damage look like?
Very thankful for everything, that everyone involved was okay. I'm okay. Truck seems to be okay. The car initially contacted our steel bumper right here, so we got some scuffs right here. It was like a police pit maneuver from America's Most Wanted. He pit maneuvered me right here. I go into the spin, and somehow we have a gouge in our brand new WePrint wraps right here.
Yeah, the bumper's not great.
Yeah, it definitely misaligned our plastic bumper, and then our body lines are kind of messed up. It absolutely shredded this wheel and tire, and we can't go to SEMA with mismatched wheels and tires, so we're gonna have to get new ones, and that just adds to the expense list of this build. We wanted new wheels and tires anyway. This is not how I pictured that going.
Crazy thankful this isn't just an instant write-off. Like, as soon as Dylan told me, hey, good news, bad news, I'm okay, got in a crazy wreck, I thought the car was done for.
The other 2 cars involved totaled, like destroyed, ruined beyond recognition. Thankfully, our one-of-one Porsche Truck lives to fight another day, and we will make it to SEMA.
And we will be getting a much better insurance policy.
We have 1 video left in the series before we head to SEMA. Make sure and subscribe so you don't miss that one. Thank you guys for watching. Stay rad.